Cornerstone Retirement Partners presents Your Course to Retirement with Grand Rapids Certified Financial Planner Ron Corser and Nolan Gosley. Cornerstone Retirement Partners are planning today for the potential of tomorrow.
And welcome into the program. This is Your Course to Retirement with Grand Rapids, resource for a common sense approach to planning, to addressing the challenges that we face in our financial and economic world with our investments and retirement accounts, showing us how to properly plan for a more confident and secure financial future. He is Ron Corser, CFP and founder of Cornerstone Retirement Partners. Ron, always a pleasure to have you on the program.
Good morning, Peter. Good morning to everybody listening to today's program on your way to church. For those of you who are only going to listen to part of it, you can download today's program by going to our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com. That's www.cornerstonerp-.com. Or you can give our office a call at 616-301-2581. We're going to have an interesting conversation today about something that's really important and why have we chosen today's topic, which we call it having an income plan in a down market. This has been a really tough year for investors. The market's been down anywhere between 14 and 22%, depending on what's going on. And in our client reviews that we've done throughout the year, and also when people have ask questions on our website, which is www.cornerstone-rp.com. A lot of the questions center around, yes, is my money going to last? Am I going to have enough income? What's going on? And so we tackle this head on in our reviews and also when people just call in for advice. And so I thought it'd be a good idea to spend today's program on a really important topic. How do you deal with an income plan in a market that's down? Because it's easy to have an income plan, an investment plan, isn't it? When the market's going up 15, 20% a year, everything is just hunky-dory. But the rubber meets the road when that doesn't happen. And we're in that right now. And the other part to all of this is that a lot of our clients and even new people we talk to, it's kind of that behind the belly button sense that maybe everything isn't as wonderful as some people are trying to tell us. So when we have the conversations and review, I always start it off with, and I'll start off today's program talking about an income plan in a down market. Half the people on Wall Street think the market's going to go up over the next 12 to 18 months because of some technical indicators. The other half thinks the market's going to go down because we're still in a bear market. And as Yogi Berra once says, the other half doesn't know what's going to happen. So we're going to talk about the Yogi Berra part. Who knows what's going to happen? Because you don't get a lot of mulligans when it comes to retirement income planning. It's really important to do it right the first time. And when I say do it right, it's really based on a simple idea that you take all the sources of income you could potentially have in retirement, Social Security, pension, inherited money, annuities, things like that, and create the most permanent kind of predictable income plan, meaning I'm going to have all the money I need every month coming in my checkbook to pay my bills and go do some fun stuff in retirement. We need permanence, so to speak, in our retirement income plan. And there's a real difference between an income plan for retirement and an investment plan. There's a really big difference, and we're going to spend some time talking about that. So if we've already touched on something that's interesting to you, or if you have a retirement plan right now, whether it's based on income planning or investment planning, and you're not sure if it's going to last, if you're not sure if it's got enough stability built into it to last whatever happens, if Yogi Berra is right, or the guys who think the market's going to go down farther right, please give us a call. It's 616-301-2581. That's 616-301-2581. We can help with an analysis of where you are right now and answer a really serious question. Regardless of what kind of planning you've done for income and retirement, the question is this: are you going to have enough predictable, permanent, even guaranteed income in retirement to weather whatever storms, adventures are coming down the road. Are you going to have enough? Are you going to be okay? We can help you answer that question. So if you give us a call, 616-301, with your questions, or to schedule a review, we can go over what you've already done and give you a very objective assessment of, is it going to last? Is it going to be able to survive whatever in the world's coming down the road? Will you be okay? So if you want to answer to that question of will you be okay, give us a call at 616-301-2581, or go to our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com. That's www.cornerstone-rp.com. Put your information in there, name, how to contact you, what your questions are. We'll reach out to you and give you a helping hand that you need.
Talking with Ron Courser, CFP, founder of Cornerstone Retirement Partners. You can reach them at 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581, or online, cornerstone-rp.com, cornerstone-rp.com. Ron, I am in that 50% that doesn't know what's next, but I do know that down markets erode financial confidence. We don't like to see them. Nobody likes losing money, and sort of, you mentioned that behind the belly button feeling that maybe things are not as good as what we're hearing or what everybody is telling us. But more importantly, that things are not going to be sustainably as good as the financial models or projections require in order for me to meet my financial goals. And so wanted to talk about how an income plan, a specific retirement income plan, survives in down markets. The topic of today, and I think a topic of concern for many savers and investors, particularly those retired or within earshot of retirement, is how can my plan work even through what may be several cycles of challenging markets that lie in front of us. So first and foremost, you made a distinction between an investment plan and an income plan. Could we start this conversation at a very high level and sort of define what an income plan is specifically?
Yeah, we can. I think it's important to understand this for everybody out there listening today. There's two kinds of plans when it comes to our money. Actually, Yogi Berra would say there's three. You can put it in a 3-pound coffee can and bury it in the backyard and hope everything goes well. What's the risk to that plan? That 5 years from now, you go back and inflation's eating away some of your purchasing power. But the real risk is that potentially you could have some sort of memory issue and forget where you buried that 3-pound coffee can. And then it's a total loss.
The X that you mark disappears over time.
It disappeared, and that yellow ribbon around the tree, something happened to it. I don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about income plans and investment plans. There's a major difference, and it's really important to understand what they are, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let's take the idea of an investment plan. Most of us are familiar with this. It's the things that we have in our 401k, the different mutual funds, large cap, small cap, mid cap, baseball cap, hub cap, all those caps that we have in our 401k, 403b, and IRA, mutual funds, stocks, and things like that. That's an investment plan. That is a plan primarily designed to go up when the markets go up. It's growth-based. Its objective is to increase the amount of money you have in that particular account. Now, there's no guarantees. It's just an objective. You just hope that the market goes up. And the market does basically go up over a long period of time, 2/3 of the time. So that sounds like pretty good odds, doesn't it? So if you have an investment plan now, and you're using that investment plan to take income, money out of your plan to support you in retirement, think about what you're doing. You have this investment plan, it's designed on growth. The market now, depending on when you measured it this year, is down between 14 and 22%. So you've got a loss in your portfolio, which is very normal. It's uncomfortable like crazy, but it's very normal. So every month, when you need say $2,000 a month out of your IRA. That means you have to sell some of your mutual funds or stocks, whatever you're invested in, to provide that income for you. Now, the market has come down. So if we go back and think about what I'm about to say to you, this is reverse dollar cost averaging. If we remember when we were investors, we would do, and we were encouraged to do dollar cost averaging. I mean, every month we put in the same amount of money, same number of dollars. When the market's down, we bought more shares. When the market went up, we bought fewer shares. But in time, we accumulated more shares. Hopefully the market got up, the value of our accounts went up. But when you're in retirement, when you're using an investment strategy to produce the income, the monthly income you need, it's really reversed, this whole idea of dollar cost averaging. Because now, this whole year, if this is your plan to take an investment plan to provide income, every month that you've sold mutual fund shares or stock shares, the market has gone down. So you've had to sell more shares every month to provide, in this example, $2,000 a month. And if you got enough money, that'll last for a while. The problem is this, is that if this market doesn't turn around in the near future, or if it continues to go sideways or down, this negative dollar cost averaging idea is going to make things a little more troublesome and worrisome for you. It's like drawing water out of a well that's drying up. The more water you take out of it, the faster the water level goes down. Now, that's using an investment strategy to produce income you need in retirement. The other strategy is an income strategy. Very, very different. How is it different? Number one, everything that you own, say in your IRA, an income plan that's been created. The income plan includes Social Security, and that still works so that you have an investment plan too. But within the investment strategy that we use for income planning, you know specifically each individual holding or security that you have in that plan, you know exactly how much income it's going to generate or cash flow every month. You know, for example, if you have a pension plan, a Social Security, what it's going to do. But when it comes to having to use your lifelong investments that you've worked so hard for, that has to supplement what you need. So what we do with an income plan in our firm is we set it up so that whatever investment strategy we use is based on what kind of income it's going to generate or cash flow it's going to generate every month. So that whether the market goes up in the coming months or whether it goes down in the coming months, or whether, as Yogi Berra says, it may just go sideways, you're going to have the dollars you need every month coming into your checkbook to pay your bills. And it's not really going to matter if the market's down year to date 14 to 22%. We have clients that retired last year, this year, the year before. Their income plans have held up remarkably well with all the volatility and uncertainty. They're still getting all the money they need to pay their bills, go on vacation, enjoy life in retirement, knowing that, yeah, the market's really volatile and really crazy, but they sleep better at night, knowing that every month they're going to have all the money they need coming in from their investment strategy, from the entire income. So the major difference between a retirement income plan or a retirement investment plan is pretty major. The investment plan puts you totally at risk in the stock market. As long as the market wants to go up, you're going to be just dandy. But if the market like this year does not go up, you could potentially experience some pain, and you could potentially have to reduce, depending on the kind of losses you've taken this year, maybe reduce what you take out of your investments to generate income, which means you may have to, if the losses are too great, you may have to actually adjust your lifestyle. And nobody wants to do that in retirement. Yeah. So the income plan buffers you against a lot of the nonsense going on today. It gives you peace of mind because you know you're going to have the income coming in. It's pretty much predictable and permanent, and you're going to be okay. Now, eventually this market is going to turn around. I don't know when. I absolutely don't know when. I have no idea who's right. So when it comes to either creating investment plans for our clients or income plans for our clients, we always do it with the idea of what's the strategy? What is going to give you, the individual investment or our client, the best probability of success? The absolute best probability of success. So if this is important to you, to have an income plan in retirement or an investment plan, whatever you choose, give us a call because we can help you create an income plan or an investment plan. They're both different that will give you the best probability of success going forward. So give us a call at 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581, or go to our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com. That's www.cornerstone-rp.com. Love to talk to anybody who's concerned, who wants to know maybe a little more clearly or firmly, am I going to be okay? Am I going to be all right? Does my investment and income strategy make sense? Is it going to be able to get through whatever in the world's coming down the road? We can help you answer that question. So give us a call at 616-301-2581 or go to our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com. Put your information in there. We will reach out to you. We will help you if you'll let us help you. We're good at that.
Ron, nobody likes down markets. Nobody likes seeing their portfolio value drop. But I am obviously in my working years. And so I always keep it in the back of my mind that I can go out and hustle. I can go out and continue to work. If worst come to worst, I could go pick up extra hours, get a second job, change careers, whatever the case may be. But that is the fallback for my income plan. And I can't imagine, but I hope to get to the point one day where my assets represent my ability to create income, aka also known as retirement. However, in that time, that backup plan changes considerably. I can put in extra hours, I can change jobs, I can work harder, I can get a second job, I can hustle in some form or fashion, is not the thought process in retirement. And right now, I would do just about any of those things in order to avoid having to tap into my investment plan. Regardless of where the market takes it, up, down, sideways, I'm doing anything and everything not to touch it. And yet that dramatically shifts. It does a 180 and a complete reversal in retirement. And yet so many of us don't reflect that fundamental change with the style of investing that we do. We sort of continue to maintain this same style of investing that was supported by our work ethic, our sweat equity, setting the alarm, showing up to work, and actively earning income. That was our income plan that paid the bills. That, in fact, funded and supported the investment plan and is really what allowed it to work. But when the paycheck stops, we've got to make some transitions there in our investment style in order to reflect that new reality. And I think that is not talked about enough. And inherently, if we have not sat down and really spent some time and attention, a very scary component of looking out into the future, not having that reassurance of the income plan in place.
You hit on a good point. One of the things I think that helps keep everybody kind of stuck in the mud, so to speak, even going into retirement saying, well, I need to have my money grow. Therefore, if I want it to grow, I have to take risk, because there's that underlying idea that unless you take risk, you can't make any money. To which my response sometimes is, when I'm feeling real comfortable, well, if you want to take a lot of risk and make a lot of money, you could go to the casino. And people say, no, I work too hard for my money. And I agree with that. So did I. But the idea that if you have an income plan in retirement, what you're giving up in growth is wrong. Growth is retirement requirements. You need growth in retirement. When your money's to grow, you need growth when you're working and you're just creating an investment strategy. The need for growth never stops. It's just what's important. What do you emphasize? When you're still working and putting money in your 401k and IRAs, all that stuff, a lot of people just want their money to grow. They want more today, yesterday, more next year than today. When you have an income plan, they want the income that they need, and they also want their money to grow. And my response is, it's absolutely necessary to create a plan in retirement that give you the income you need. But also there's a growth part to your income. Why? Because you're going to have to deal with taxes, inflation, and healthcare, and a lot of surprises in life. So the idea that if you have an income plan, you can't have growth is really wrong. And I sometimes think that's what holds people back from really being open to saying, how do we create a really solid income plan that gives me the best probability of success, not only for next month, next year, but for my lifetime? That's where we can help. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want that kind of plan, if you want that kind of help in distinguishing between income and investing, but having an income plan that gives you the best of both worlds, the income you need in retirement plus growth, because you will need that, give us a call, 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581, or go to our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com. That's www.cornerstone-rp.com. Put your information in there. We'll reach out to you. We can help you do both. And I tell people very clearly, it's necessary to do both. In retirement, you have to have all the income you need every month, but you also have to have some growth potential in your assets. Because if you live a long time, you got to have some of your money grow to cover inflation and everything else. But on the other hand, you don't want to get into retirement and experience a 2008 or a 2002 experience where some people lost half of their money. And that has absolutely ruined their ability to retire in any kind of satisfactory way. So ladies and gentlemen, we can help you create plans that will give you the best probability of success, the best opportunity to weather whatever's coming down the road. Whether it's half the people to say the market's going up, or half the people say the other market's going down, or the other half of the people, as Yogi Berra says, they don't know what they're doing. So give us a call. We can come get all those three halves put together for you. Give us a call at 616-301-2581. Go to our website, www.cornerstone-rp. Put your information in there. We'll reach out to you, schedule some time to talk with you and to help you.
Income planning is a specific process. And if you are uncertain if you have undertaken that process or have an income plan, then you likely don't or haven't. And I'm going to highlight several of the items that we're going to continue to talk about, but how much income needs to be generated? Where will this income come from? What order should I take income? What order should it be created? From which accounts? How will the income survive in challenging markets? What will the tax implications be? How will inflation be addressed? What about healthcare expenses? Can discretionary assets be identified? How can an unknown longevity be addressed? Longer lifetimes on a finite amount of money. That is certainly a challenge that increases all of the likelihood of those other aspects. And what will the impact of a lifetime of income be on legacy? All of those items are part of the income planning process and are specifically addressed with an income plan. But unfortunately, Ron, income plans are often overlooked. They are not included as kind of the rank and file and the majority of financial and investment plan and projections. While many plans forecast that there may be some up and down and sideways markets, most of them end with a rather optimistic outcome. And I think income plans sort of take that reverse perspective, sort of accounting for Murphy's Law and being a little pessimistic in the planning process to test things to see if not only they survive, but thrive.
Well, it's interesting you mentioned Murphy's Law because everybody knows that. But here's a question. Has anybody ever heard of O'Toole's Law? O'Toole's Law states that Murphy's Law is optimistic. So when it comes to planning, ladies and gentlemen, always plan for Mr. O'Toole, not Mr. Murphy. There's a lot of things that go into this. And you know, one of the amazing things I always see, I see a lot of advertisements in the print and the Wall Street Journal on TV as it say, well, if you got $500,000, call us. We'll show you how to retire. Have a nice day. And other times, people will come into our office and they'll have, they'll share their investment plan with us. And my question to them is, tell me about your income and retirement plan. And a lot of times, here's the answer I get, if I get an answer. Because sometimes people don't really understand. They've worked with advisors who are well-meaning, but have never physically showed them dollar for dollar what's going to come out of their account. It could be based on, well, let's just take 4% out of your account, you should be okay. Or it could be based on any number of other things. Here's what people need to understand, is that simply put, when it comes to investing for the future, the biggest problem we have when it comes to income in retirement for the future, the biggest problem we have is that we have a certain amount of money we've saved, and we have no idea how long we're going to live. But we need to make sure that that money lasts as long as we do and keeps doing what we need it to do it. That is not a simple idea to put on paper and to put into practice, but we can help with that, ladies and gentlemen. You have a certain amount of money you've saved all your life. You need it to last longer than you do. Give us a call if you wanted to know how we can create strategies and income planning in retirement for you that'll give you the best probability of success. Yep. Call us at 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581, or go to our website, please, www.cornerstone-rp.com. Put your information in there. We'll reach out to you, schedule some time to talk on the phone or in person to get you what you need. You need specific information, really saying, this plan that I've got right now, is it going to work? We can help you answer that question. So call us at 616-301-2581. Be more than happy to help.
And with forecasts of the next decade having lower than historic average returns, many forecasting that, how will your investment and income plan hold up into and through retirement? You need to have an answer to that. That's why you need to have an income plan. Pick up the phone, give Ron Corser, CFP, and his team there at Cornerstone Retirement Partners a call, 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581. Still many more factors and aspects of that income plan and how it survives in a down market to be discussed on today's program. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more with Ron Corser here on Your Course to Retirement. And welcome back to the program. This is Your Course to Retirement. Grand Rapids, your resource for guidance and perspective on the financial, economic, and investing world. Helping you to plan with confidence is Ron Corser, CFP, certified financial planning professional, and his team there at Cornerstone Retirement Partners. Grand Rapids, your resource, not only here on the radio, but also for in-person guidance. If you would like a complimentary review and strategy session, if you would like to put your written retirement income plan together, pick up the phone and give Cornerstone Retirement Partners a call, 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581. Ron, we have been talking about the characteristics of an income plan, and specifically how an income plan survives turbulent and downward markets. Now, not only in retirement, but even in the several years prior to retirement, having an income plan in place can have benefits, very specific and measurable benefits, if we encounter down markets.
Yeah, that's a really good point. And here's a little nugget, ladies and gentlemen. You can start planning on income in retirement before you retire. You don't have to wait till the day before retirement to do this. In fact, the most successful people who have planned to create an income plan in retirement are those who have done it several years before. We work with all ages of people. And so when we're dealing with somebody who's 50 years old and they want to retire when they're 62, we have the conversation. What kind of income do you think you're going to need by then? What kind of lifestyle do you have? How are we going to put this together? How are we going to create predictable income? Because it really gets down to a simple question. And the question is this: if you could have a pension plan from your company or somebody else, just give you a pension, would you take it? Most people would say, absolutely. Man, to have that income coming in that I can count on forever, that's a good idea.
Ron, at the same time, though, a lot of people roll pensions out of companies because they lose control of the lump sum they would otherwise be entitled to. So I think that there is some balance there, right?
There is. There is. If you already have a pension plan and you're not convinced that the company is financially solvent enough to deal with it, or their plan isn't, some people can still roll the money out and take a lump sum, but you can also create kind of your own private pension plan.
And I think your
planning process step.
Well, I think your point was that the dependability of the income is of value and merit and certainly appreciated with what pensions provide, if we have one, or when they were provided to more of us.
Yeah, we have some clients who are blessed with pensions. We do. The majority of our clients are not. So one of the things we've done when it comes to creating an income plan in retirement, and this works really well if you have a few years to do it, is to take a portion of the retirement life savings and put it into accounts which will provide predictable, guaranteed income for as long as you live. Some of it even potentially can be increased every year with a cost of living increase, so to speak. But it gives you a stream of income that's predictable, that's solvent, that's guaranteed, that'll come in no matter what. It's a key planning process, because think of this. If you have two individuals, one has $500,000 in their 401k and no pension plan. The other one has $500,000 in their 401k and they work for a company with a pension plan. Here's a little nugget. The one who has the highest probability of success with proper planning, the highest probability of success is going to be one probably that has the pension plan in addition to the $500,000. Why is that? Because that pension plan is going to provide predictable, guaranteed income for as long as they live. And it's going to require that they take less money out of their lump sum to provide income they need in retirement. But it also is going to put a little buffer into their plan so they don't have to create as much downside loss or potential loss of principal. So one of the key planning steps that everybody can take is start to consider what kind of accounts are out there that can be created in your retirement plan, even if you're not retiring for 10 years, that will give you income that you need in retirement that you can't outlive, that won't go down, and is guaranteed for as long as you live. Key planning thing. A lot of companies don't do that kind of planning. We just happen to be, everybody has a bias. I know that's hard to, you say he has a bias. Yeah, I'm a human being. I'm a planner. I have certain things I really like. I'm willing to look at anything that'll make sense for a client. But I have a personal bias in planning that I've done with my own family, and we've done it for a boatload of our clients. And that's let's take a portion of your retirement life savings now or in the future and put it into an account that'll give you income that you can't outlive, that won't go down, that's not subject to stock market risk. It makes it so much easier going forward when you have Social Security and some other kind of guaranteed pension, whether it's your own one created or the company you work for gave to it. So much easier to retire with some peace of mind when you have those kinds of streams of income. Why? Because it's always going to be there. It like gives a downside buffer to you on what's maybe the worst case scenario. It allows you to create income plans using that allows you to also to segregate a part of your money and say, you know what, I need some growth in retirement too here. So I'm gonna create a strategy, an income strategy in the middle of my retirement income strategy. I'm going to create this investment strategy that'll be kind of the growth part of what I do, because I know that we've created a plan. Ron Corser and Associates, now known as Cornerstone Retirement Partners, has created an income plan for me that's going to work no matter how long I live. So give us a call if this is important. If you want more certainty in your retirement planning, if you want the idea right behind your belly button, and you know what, even if the market goes down, I'm going to be okay because of the planning they've done at Cornerstone Retirement Partners, give us a call at 616-301-2581 or go to our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com. Put your information in there. We'll reach out to you and help you. You can have some certainty, probably more than you have right now, in the question, am I going to be okay? Am I going to be all right no matter what's coming down the road? We can help you answer that question. And if the answer is, you know, maybe this isn't going to work out, we can help make changes in your plan, make adjustments that give you the best probability of success, no matter what's coming down the road. So give us a call, 616-301-2581. We can help build in some certainty into your financial life that maybe you don't have as much right now as you'd like.
And Ron, I do know that prior to retirement, there are certain opportunities to begin to position and build that income plan for retirement. Old 401ks that we roll over, the in-service distribution, that age 59 and a half kind of is a key milestone where we have more of this opportunity. And that if we do begin this process proactively, in many instances, there are ways to give some certainty and even contractual guarantees that our money has some increased leverage power to produce more income for us once we do get to retirement, and the years that we allow it to defer can be beneficial in giving us as much income producing power as possible. So again, I think all retirement thoughts and planning should probably begin on the first day of work. Not a lot of us think of it that proactively, but not something that should wait until the day after our last day on the job either. Some amount of proactive planning there can, regardless of market conditions, give us benefit for the amount of income that we can generate in retirement.
You know, I'm smiling because I'm reminded of a cartoon I used to have. A client gave it to me. Imagine in this cartoon, there's a desk, there's an advisor, and there's a gentleman sitting at the desk, and he looks at the advisor and he says, today's Monday. I'm going to retire this Friday. I haven't saved a penny. This is your opportunity to become a real superstar for retirement income planning. Yeah, I think sometimes I've actually run into a couple people in my almost 27 years that have actually kind of done that. And it's kind of sad to happen. But waiting for 3 days to plan for retirement is not a good idea. But here's the key. Right now, we live in an uncertain world. I get that. You know, the politics we have in the world is crazy, but let's just focus on the economics. The economics tells us that not all is as well as people want us to believe. Bill Gates really doesn't have to worry about what's coming down the road. He's got more money than he'll ever spend. But most of us regular folks, we do have a concern about what's going on down the road or what might happen. And what we do here at Cornerstone Retirement Partners is try to build in as much certainty into your retirement income plan as is humanly possible. And we can do a pretty good job of it because we've been doing it for a lot of years. We can create income plans for people that take into consideration market volatility. How about the uncertainty of where's inflation going to go? How about the uncertainty of what's my healthcare cost going to be? I can't wait to get into Medicare. And then when we find people get into Medicare, they get surprised and saying, oh, I got to pay for some of that? Yeah, there's a cost involved there. One of the things folks can do, and this is a little advertisement for what we do here at our company with my wife, Nancy, and her team. She does all the healthcare planning, long-term care planning. They are absolutely incredible experts in the whole area of Medicare, the different plans, the different drug plans, how much it's going to cost, what's suitable, what's the best option for any of you. And she did a program last week, and I hope you tune into it. You can go to our website and listen to it at www.cornerstone-rp.com. That's www.cornerstone-rp.com. We're one of the firms here in the Grand Rapids area, and probably West Michigan, where we actually work together with this whole health and wealth part. See, retirement planning is more than let's just take your money and do a large cap, small cap, mid cap, baseball cap, hub cap. Retirement planning is about income. And how much income are you going to need to pay your bills, maintain your lifestyle? But part of that equation is, what about my healthcare issues? I'm going to have cost involved with healthcare. The drug plan. Am I going to get a Medigap plan or an Advantage plan? It's an important issue to deal with, and it's part of the planning that we do because it has to be another cost of retirement. In addition to taxes that we pay, which most likely are probably going to be a little higher going forward than they are today, even though the government says, don't worry, be happy. I'm always worried when they say, don't worry, be happy. But apparently that's what we're supposed to do.
Yeah.
So it's really an involved planning process that we do. And it's involved because it's important. We don't leave any stone unturned, so to speak. We focus on all the little pieces and the big pieces so that coming down the road, we never hear, oh my goodness, we didn't think about that. We help think about everything to give you the best, most solid, most secure kind of plan that gives you the best opportunity to be successful and the best probability of success. So if you want that best probability of success, to be successful in retirement, living, and planning, give us a call, 616-301-2581, or our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com. Put your information in there, reach out to us. We'll get back to you. We can and will help you with this most important subject that we're talking about, income planning and retirement.
Talking about the value, the importance, the benefits of having that specific written retirement income plan, ladies and gentlemen, how it can allow you to weather and feel confident even through downward and difficult market environments. Nobody likes to see the market lose value. Nobody likes to see less on their investment or retirement account statements, but having that income plan is what allows you to maintain and to, in fact, continue to build and grow your financial progress, even in and despite those downward markets. Ron, maybe a question then is, if I set up this income plan to help me survive down markets, well, what happens in up markets? Am I giving up on and foregoing any kind of additional forward progress and the growth that I'd like to achieve? And I know that you mentioned that we still need growth, but is the income plan going to offset or work against that possibility?
No, not really. Let me put it this way. You know, the average annualized rate of return in the stock market over the last 110 years has been about 7.1%. That's over the last 110 years. I haven't met anybody that's lived in retirement 110 years, but maybe one day I will. So the biggest fear investors have, and when it comes to investing, is not getting all the upside of the market. one of the questions I always ask folks is if the market goes up 25% and you only get 20, are you going to be disappointed? And if they are, then I say, okay, if this is really important to you, the plan that we're going to have to put together is probably going to have more risk in it because of what you want than maybe makes sense. And we'll go through the options. When it comes to growth planning on our income and retirement plan, it's always important to set rational expectations and objectives. If you can set an expectation that says, look, if the market goes up 7 to 8% a year, we'll get that. Is that going to be a bad thing? Most people would say no. But if it's so important to get every piece of the upside of the market, everybody has to realize that that means you're going to create an investment strategy that not only will give you all the upside, but it's going to give you all of the downside. So it's not a tricky thing to do. But yes, if you create more income producing accounts, chances are by definition, they're not going to give you all the upside of the market. But what I try to help folks understand is that what we're really trying to do in retirement planning is minimize downside risk or loss of principal and maximize what we can get on the upside. It's a little bit of a balancing act. If you're 35 years old and you're working and you got all your money in the stock market, you want go, go, go. I want to get all the market as fast as I can. But when it comes into retirement, it really gets down to balancing risk versus what do I need to do to give me the income I need? And the risk factor is really critical because if most people, and we're all human beings, let me say that, human beings don't truly understand what risk takers they are until the market goes down and they take a loss. That's when I find out what kind of risk taker I am and what kind of risk taker you are, Peter. We just had a $50,000 loss in our life savings. How does that make you feel?
Yeah.
And people go, ouch, I hate it.
And
we're tells me, it probably tells them that they had a little too much risk built into their strategy.
We're all aggressive when the market's going up, right? But it's when the market goes down that is the gauge of our risk tolerance.
Yeah, the most perfect investment is one that gives you all the market, your principal's 100% protected.
And it does not exist.
Yeah, that's the most perfect investment. There isn't one out there yet. I've kept looking. I seriously look every once in a while for that. I can't find it. So retirement planning has another aspect to it that we don't have when it comes to normal investment planning. And that's kind of managing the downside risk idea. How much risk can you really handle? But more importantly, what's the biggest number you could potentially lose if you still have some of your retirement income assets in the market? What's the worst case scenario for you? We need to have a clear understanding of that. You need to have it so that we can create a strategy that gives you the best opportunity not to have that maximum loss, to keep going, to minimize losses, and over a period of time, maximize potential gains while still giving you income you need in retirement. And importantly, every year or so, it has to increase, doesn't it? Because of inflation and just the cost of living going up.
Yep. And Ron, as you mentioned, taxes addressed in the income plan, healthcare addressed in the income plan, longevity specifically addressed through income planning, and legacy as well. We may think, oh, we do all these things to live off and utilize and withdraw our assets during our lifetime, decreases our chances of leaving a positive legacy. Actually, quite the opposite. It likely increases the likelihood that we would leave a positive legacy. All that being said, and a bit of play on words here, but defining your income helps to define your outcome.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it. It really is, because it's the outcome that's important to us. But it's kind of like driving on an expressway. Generally, the expressway is 70 miles an hour. Today's a nice sunny day, and the pavement's dry. You can drive 70 miles an hour on an expressway to get wherever you're going. You can also drive 95 miles an hour on the expressway. Now, I know people drive 95 miles on the expressway because I've passed them a couple times. So I know they're out there. But let's take a look at this. Let's say speed limit's 70. It's a really nice day. You're going 95 miles an hour. You got probably three potential outcomes. One is good. You'll get wherever you're going faster. And you'll spend more time with whomever you're going to see. Second potential outcome is you'll meet an employee of the state who hasn't had his donut, and he'll bust you for reckless driving. Third outcome is maybe the worst one, right? You'll have a crash, you won't kill yourself, just mess yourself up. But on a nice sunny day, you can drive faster than the speed limit. Now, here in beautiful downtown Michigan, middle of February, when there's 14 inches of snow on the ground and 7 more is coming, speed limit on the expressway is still 70 miles an hour. But maybe you're going 20 miles an hour behind an 18-wheeler praying to the Lord that he knows where he's going. So see, it's all about, I guess, how fast you want to go and how much risk do you want to take. And I use this analogy a lot with people because in retirement, we're going to have really good sunny days. And in retirement, if you live in Michigan, we're going to have really snowy, blizzardy days. And we have to figure out how to navigate all of those two extremes and everything in the middle with a solid income plan in retirement that'll make sure that wherever you're starting, you get to where you want to go in the safest, easiest, most pleasant way. That's what we can help you create when it comes to income planning. So ladies and gentlemen, if you want the highest probability of success to get the income you need in retirement, if you want a plan that makes sense to you, that balances risk with return, if you want a plan that fits you when it comes to how much risk do I really want to take, give us a call. We can help you create that kind of a plan in retirement that'll fit you to a T. So give us a call at 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581, or go to our website, www.cornerstone-rp.com. That's www.cornerstone-rp.com. Put your information in there. We'll reach out to you. We will help you. We'll give you as much help as you want. We'll give you as much the confirmation of you're going to be okay or not okay. We can help you answer that question. So again, give us a call, 616-301-2581.
Down markets do have savers and investors pretty reasonably concerned, and most concerned, of course, are those living off of assets that are subject to and currently experiencing challenges and downturns and significant losses in some cases, or those that intend to live off those assets subject to that risk in the very near future. You know, the questions of will markets come back? Do I have time to recover? Will my assets be enough? For those that plague the minds of savers and investors and certainly of retirees and soon to be retired. Those are the questions that are specifically addressed in the income planning process by Ron Corser, CFP, and his team there of qualified, experienced financial professionals, the team backing him at Cornerstone Retirement Partners. If you would like to take advantage of that opportunity for the complimentary, no cost, no obligation review and retirement planning strategy session, and to get that written retirement income plan in place, pick up the phone and give Cornerstone Retirement Partners a call, 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581, 616-301-2581. Ron, it is always a pleasure. Thank you for talking about what I feel is a very important, valuable topic. Knowing that we have the confidence of having that income plan in place cannot be understated in its importance in surviving and thriving through retirement.
Well, I hope everybody has a wonderful and blessed Sunday. Look forward to talking to you again next week. Y'all take care.
Tune into Cornerstone Retirement Partners' full radio program, Your Course to Retirement, Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock at News Radio WOOD, or visit cornerstone-rp.com for many valuable resources, including those mentioned on this show and other great episodes of Your Course to Retirement.
The content of this radio show is provided for informational purposes only and is not a solicitation or recommendation of any investment strategy. You are encouraged to seek investment, tax, or legal advice from an independent professional advisor.
Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group is solely an indication that the financial advisor has attended training provided by Ed Slott and Company, passed biannual examinations on material covered at conferences and in webinars, and met other membership requirements, and does not constitute an endorsement of any kind. Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group members pay a fee for the educational programs that allow them to be included in the Ed Slott's Elite IRA Advisor Group. Membership does not guarantee investment success. Fiduciary duty extends solely to investment advisory advice and does not extend to other activities such as insurance or broker-dealer services.
Advisory services offered through Brookstone Capital Management, a registered investment advisor.
Advisory clients are charged a quarterly fee for assets under management, while insurance products pay a commission, which may result in a conflict of interest regarding compensation.
Any investments and/or investment strategies mentioned involve risk, including the possible loss of principal.
Any comments regarding safe and secure investments and guaranteed income streams refer only to fixed insurance products. They do not refer in any way to securities or investment advisory products.
Annuity guarantees are based solely on the financial strength and claims paying ability of the issuing company. Withdrawals or growth from annuities may be taxable as ordinary income in the year it is taken. Individuals should review contracts for specific details of the products featured